I took this map and recreated it to fit the modern music industry and planned the future of my recording studio. This is the new upstairs basement business map, the creative hub for independent musicians. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I use this map to write out a full business plan for our next chapter. Plus, I'll break it down so you can copy it, customize it, and use it for your own recording studio or music business. Here is the new ecosystem of Upstairs Basement. At the center is our real mission: to be a creative hub for independent musicians. Surrounding that are all the parts of our business: recording sessions, education, events, acoustic panels, YouTube content, studio rentals, and more. And just like Disney's map, every piece feeds into the others, driving attention, building revenue, and growing the community. From the map, I created a full written business plan. This plan isn't just for our landlord, it's our roadmap for the next 5 years. The best part? You can use this exact structure to build your own plan too. Before I tell you to like and subscribe and all that stuff again, I do want to let you know I'm dropping a free template to this business plan in the description below. So if you want to create your own, grab it. It's free. Just click the link. It'll take you right there. Customize it. Do everything you need for your recording studio. Have fun with it. And when you're done with it, send it to me so I can see what you did. Today, I am recreating Disney's legendary business plan. But as you know, my business isn't really like Disney. So we're going to be taking their principles and everything that they built their business around and incorporating it into ours. Before we jump into this video, I do have to ask one really small favor, and that is to leave a like on this video and please subscribe to the channel. As a small YouTuber like myself, it helps so much. So it's free to do, and if you enjoy any type of music content or you're interested in building a career as a musician, hit that subscribe button, follow along. Wow, look at our old logo. That is atrocious. Now that we're interested in growing and expanding the studio and looking at new places, we need a brand new business plan that fits for what we're trying to accomplish now. Wow, it is so beautiful to look at what I wrote down 2 years ago and now be able to visually see all the things that we actually accomplished off of this business plan. Like the last one, we're going to put the name of our business at the top, what we are, which is a recording studio. Logo's cool. Put your address, your name, phone number, and email. Easy peasy. So we're going to go on to the next page, and this is going to be our executive summary. So essentially, I'm going to copy a lot of this stuff right over to our new business plan because a lot of it is still applicable, but we can go in and edit certain things and change some things around as well. So let's take a look at this executive summary. We provide audio recording, production, mixing, and mastering sessions using Pro Tools and FL Studio FL Studio, bro. We don't use FL Studio. Yeah, that's better. Now we're going to work on our mission statement. I love the one that we had originally, but now that I feel like we've built such a community, I feel like the word community needs to be in here somewhere. Because if you look at our business map that we created, we're the hub. That's what we want to focus on as a studio, is just we're a home to bring musicians together. So let's try to incorporate that a little bit into our mission statement and make this fit to what we really do, which is something more like this: to build a creative home for independent musicians and provide an immersive experience that they long remember. Boom, mission's done. So now let's move on to what we do and how we make money. If we take a look at our business map, we are a creative hub for independent musicians. Boom. So our focus, first and foremost, is always going to be customer service. If you don't have good customer service, you will never succeed, no matter what kind of business you're running. Great way to do that is we show the artists that we care about their music as much as they do. That is like so important. If you sit there and you just hit buttons as an engineer and you don't help the artist with their song, they're never going to care to come back to you. For me, the next important thing is integrity. People love honesty. We just had a client today book a session, and he had sent me the 50% deposits. So he sent me $90 on Cash App. And once he got there, he ran his session, and my partner TK had him just pay him cash for the other amount. Well, He ended up paying TK $180 because Ty didn't think I got a deposit up front. And he would have never known. We could have just kept the money and said, thank you, bro. Great session. Have a good day. But we don't do that. Ty called me. He was like, yo, I just got the money. He gave me 180 cash, so I'll pay you your half next time I see you. And I'm like, he already sent me the deposit. So Ty went and gave him, $90 back. And this dude just looks at him. He's like, thank you. He's like, thank you. He's like, I will 100% be back here. Integrity matters. Next most important thing for me is the client experience. We have peppermints, we got water. Sometimes we throw out snacks and stuff. Especially for bigger clients coming in, we always make sure to, be stocked up and have things, paper towels, toilet paper, all that stuff matters for the experience in the studio. So, and lastly, I'll just throw quality on here because quality is important. If you use a Focusrite and charge people $80 an hour, they're not going to be very happy. But yeah, you want to make sure you have good equipment so that way your studio sounds good. The songs that come out of your studio sound good. We are looking to upgrade equipment. We just need it to make sense first. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on upgrading equipment if I can't even raise the rates yet. I want to make sure before I am investing money into the studio, it's bringing more money back to me. All right, next is business goals and objectives. Our short-term goals last year were to have 2,000 followers on Instagram, YouTube, and 5,000 on TikTok. Well, we achieved the Instagram and the YouTube, and then our TikTok got hacked. So whatever. For followers on Instagram within the next year, I'd like to be at 4,000. I think that's very doable. For YouTube subscribers, within the next year, I would like to be at 20,000. So I'm taking YouTube much more seriously than I used to. And, I'm committed to posting once a week for a full year. I think with the quality of the content that I produce, we could definitely hit 20,000 subscribers in a year. Isn't it so funny how our business goals nowadays, like the first most important one is followers? It's just crazy. All right, next is going to be revenue. Let's talk money. So if we look back at our initial business plan, our goal for revenue was $5,500 per month. And when I was putting that was like my personal income. So that doesn't include TK or all of our other engineers. That's just me. And I was able to reach that very quickly. For now, I want to be making almost double that. So I would like to be making 10 grand per month. I mean, that would just be really nice. I wouldn't have to think about my next meal all the time. First, my goal is going to be to get our YouTube page monetized. That would be huge. It's something I've just always wanted. And I think it'd be so cool. Like, even if it's just a few cents, like it's like looking at my DistroKid every month. It's like, wow, I made $8. Great. But still, it keeps you motivated. And, I think that would be a great goal to accomplish this year. Have 50 plus sessions booked per month. We're probably definitely doing 100 a month. But with this new space, we got to have even more than that. So I would say let's do 150 sessions per month. With the amount of space that we're going to have in there, this is very doable. Host a minimum of 1 event per month. So with the new studio space that we're looking at, it has a huge event space. We can put a stage in there. We can throw live shows, parties, networking events. We're really excited about that. It's going to be a great way to make more money, but also a great way to have fun and just meet more people. Another way that we are going to be making money in this new space is with courses. Within the next year, I want to do at least 2 classes or courses where we educate people on the music business, how to make a career in music, and how to use Pro Tools and all the basic stuff like that for audio engineering. To do that, we're going to host at least 2 courses with 5 or more students in each course. And if we charge $2 to $3 grand per student, we'll be making some pretty good money. Build a photo wall and video shoot area for renting. Easy peasy. Another way we make money is acoustic panels. Have one or more acoustic panel project per month. Right now, on average, I've been getting like 2 or 3 a month. It's been great. So another way we're going to make some money is by renting a room. So we're going to rent at least one room out and have them sign a 1-year lease with us. It's guaranteed income. Gotta love it. Now we're going to write our long-term goals. So with Instagram, I'm actually going to lower this to 8,000. I think that's a good goal for us. And for YouTube, we're going to raise this because I would like to be at 100,000 subscribers and be able to put a plaque in the studio. I think that'd be awesome. And I honestly think the way to accomplish this is by doing exactly what we did for the 1 year. And it's just consistency. So yeah, within 3 years, let's talk gross revenue. So our gross revenue in 3 years, I want to be making a minimum of double what we made in the first year of the new space. I think 20 grand a month would be awesome. And I think it's very doable. You know, if we just continue doing exactly what we're doing and just maximize with the space that we have. One way that we could do this is by upgrading our equipment to using some form of analog gear. I mean, just being able to have that listed on our website will get us more industry clients and, you know, have more labels reach out. And once we can do label work, make some more money. I would love to be able to hire someone to like take phone calls and book sessions and do all that stuff. It is very hard to find someone to do that. I think we'll always have like a room, just one room that's going to be like 60 an hour, like super affordable. I would love to be able to have like a main room, like $100 an hour. So here we're going to talk about who our target market is and how we can promote to them and bring them into the studio. Our first target market is going to be repeat clients. If they've already booked with you and enjoyed it, they'll probably do it again. You know, whether you take photos of them in the studio or do a quick like recap video, clients love that. They will eat it up. Definitely try to promote your clients and show the world who makes music in your studio. Definitely got to target audio engineers. If you can get engineers in your studio, hopefully they'll bring some clients in. So one thing I've done with some of the engineers at our studio is I've offered them the ability to pay monthly instead of, you know, splitting sessions with us. So typically we'll do 60 an hour, engineer gets 30, me and TK split the other 30. And that only allows them to make $30 an hour. They have no room for growth unless they book more sessions. So to my engineers that do book a lot of sessions, and we can lock that in for a full year, and that way when they build their client base and they get to a higher point, they're just making more money. Helps them grow, helps me grow. It's a win-win. So we use Google Calendars. We just have different colors for the different rooms that are being booked, so that way nobody overbooks each other. It works great. Another target market of ours is going to be artists that haven't been to the studio. So this is independent artists that live in the area, but they might record at a different studio or they record at home or whatever like that. So we just want to make sure we're providing a space that feels like home. Another target market that I'm very excited about is going to be bands, because we will finally have a space for bands. So this will be dope because this gives bands opportunities to perform at our events and now offer actual band sessions and record bands and mix them and master them. It's going to be great. And with this new space, if we do a photo wall, this gives a great opportunity for photographers and videographers to come in and shoot content. They can rent out the room. This just gives them a space to be able to use. So now let's talk about our pricing strategy. So a lot of studios charge differently. So we do $60 an hour. We do a 50% non-refundable deposit and a 2-hour minimum. Now, all of our engineers charge differently when it comes to mixing. For me, I just realized the cheaper I charge, the more money I make, which sounds wrong, but if I charge too much to mix a song, they're never going to book another session. So I'll just charge $60 per song to mix, or tell them $60 an hour if they want to come in and sit in and have me mix with them, and that seemed to work out really well for me. So our engineers make $30 an hour. Most of our engineers have their own clients, so when they book a session, they just throw it on the calendar, send the money, boom, 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 done. I will throw on here tenant pricing, because that gets a little different since they'll be paying monthly. So right now we charge $1,200 a month for the attic space. We also have access to it for overflow sessions. That way, if, you know, our main room is booked and I need to run a session and they don't have anything going on, then I can still use the room, and it works out great. So our other pricing, we sell moon drinks for $5. So that is one of my best friends. He has a drink company, and so we just promote them at the studio and we sell them for fun, and people love them. So, and then I'm sure we'll figure out something for food and drinks for our events. On here before, I had 30-minute periods between sessions for cleanup and setup. We definitely don't do that. We try to book as many sessions as possible. So I'm just going to put short periods between sessions for cleanup and setup. Something that we've run into recently that is very frustrating is when people book out the room and they don't need an engineer. They're just using the room for making beats, or they want to hook up their own laptop, whatnot. We have an Apollo Twin. So the Apollo Twin, it only works with Mac. So anytime someone brings in a Windows computer, we have to swap out the interface. They have to unplug all the cords and plug it into a Focusrite to be able to use their Windows. And even if you do have a Mac, when you bring it in, if they don't have the console and all the UAD hardware and stuff installed to their computer, they can't use the interface. So we've just run into so many issues trying to have an Apollo interface in there. So this week I just bought a new interface. I got the SSL 12. It works with Mac, it works with Windows, it's plug and play. So if someone brings in their own computer, they just take the cord and plug it into their computer. And that will save us a lot of frustration and technical difficulties. And then when it comes to plugins and software and stuff, just don't get any cracks. You got to have Waves plugins on every computer. And then probably the most important one is cleanliness. We don't want any smoking, littering, and dirtying up the place. It makes life so much more difficult. You got to make sure your engineers, anyone that uses the studio, has got to clean up after themselves. They won't, though. So just make sure you got a bunch of stuff there to clean, so every time you go into the studio, you can just bust down a room real quick, you know. So now let's just do a sum of our revenue. This is our plan, how much we're going to make in our first year in the new building, how much we're going to make in the second year, and the third year. And I'm only going to put down what I'm going to make. If we're talking about the whole studio itself, it would probably be 3 times what I make, maybe even more than that. So if I'm making 10 grand a month, that means my first year projection is going to be 120 grand. And mind you, that sounds beautiful, but owning a small business, you have to pay like 25-30% just to taxes. That doesn't include studio rent, all of our expenses, equipment, everything you have to invest. It's hard out here. We don't make a lot of money as studio owners, but I love what I do. So yeah, second year, I would love to make double that. And third year, we're going to get to 300 grand. That seems like a doable business to me. Good growth and a lot to look forward to. With this business plan, I just really wanted to focus on our goals, what we're doing as a business, what we represent as a business, and how we keep it going. That's really the most important things. And I feel like this did a great job of covering that. So this is our brand new business plan. It's 2025. We're hoping to be in a brand new studio location by 2026. And this is going to be our plan for the next 3 years. So until 2029, this is what it's going to be looking like. So yeah, if you are creating a business plan for your recording studio and you need help with anything, reach out to me on Instagram. I would highly recommend putting everything out on paper, everything you want to accomplish, everything you plan to do, all that stuff, just have it here. have it somewhere where you can hold it and physically look at it. And it's just cool to look back on. Like 10 years from now, I'm going to look back on this and be like, dang. And also we plan to have a meeting with the landlord next week. So when we have that meeting, I'm going to print out this business plan, take it to him, show him what we got going on, make a business plan. If you need any help, like I said, reach out to me on Instagram. I just want to see more studios growing and succeeding. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. It helps me more than you know as a small YouTuber. And please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy any type of music content or you want to create a career in music. Follow along. That's what I'm here to help with. We are posting a new video every single week, so make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss one. And I will see you guys next week.